Y'all know what I'm tired of? Everybody blaming the mother. Every time there's an issue with the human being, male or woman, y'all want to blame the mother, and it's getting worse. First, I noticed it more from men, but women are starting to do it too. You have to realize people grow up and become adults. And they could come from a nice home, well-mannered, respectable, well taken care of. Hey, the parents could have gave them the world, whether it's a single parent home or both parents are there. People eventually grow up and become their own self. They become of the world, or they become whatever they want to do. It's just like a preacher's kid. You know, everybody expects a preacher's kid to be perfect, but they are human as well. They're not going to stick by all the teachings of that pastor or, you know, what the church had to offer. Once they get into the world, that's who they are. I have seen men come from perfect homes, good parents, good aunties, good grandmas, and they still be assholes. They still be abusive. They still cheat. They still do what they want to do because they're grown and they can make their own decisions. Now, I'm not excluding the mothers or the parents that abuse their children, abandon their children, who have treated them wrong, you know what I'm saying, with piss poor respect and mannerism. I'm not talking about them parents. Like, I get that. But for every issue, to be the mother is fucked up. And I feel like the world has programmed and trained everybody's minds, for the most part, that the woman is the problem, especially the black woman. When the black woman is the main woman that's still standing and taking care and being nurturing to every fucking thing, every fucking body, and every fucking situation. And yes, this bothers me because I am a mother. I'm a good mother. I'm not a baby mama. I'm not a BM. I'm not none of that. I'm a mother. I am fully active. I am fully involved. 25/8, I take care of mine. By myself. I give them all of me. Now, I have learned recently to save a little bit for myself. Because I got to be able to be mentally stable to give. So yes, I save a little bit for me, but I give my children my all. Right? I teach them right from wrong. I tell them, just because I'm a single parent, don't do a woman like that. Don't date a single mother if you're not ready to raise her children and show her the love that she needs and be that stability that she needs, or that extra support. Because most single women got it together. And I feel like I'm rambling and I'm going off topic. That's just me. But I'm just saying, stop blaming the mother. People grow up and become who they want to be. Just like when we were children and teenagers, we couldn't wait to leave the house. We regret that shit now. Because life is life and bills is billing. Adulting is doing exactly what the fuck the world made it do. So it's just like a kid or a teenager who can't wait to get out the house. Once they get out the house, they're now of the world. So they can make their own decisions, depending on who you surround yourself with, what type of profession you decide to go after, how you decide to carry yourself, how your personality is, how your character is. That is going to decide who you are as an adult. We all know that men and women are wired differently. Am I the best person to break that shit down? No, I am not, but I understand it. It's a lot of things I understand that I verbally sometimes can't express. Maybe it's the neurodivergent in me. Maybe, I don't know. But what I do know is I'm tired of mothers being blamed for everything when we're the ones always 9.5 out of 10 standing there, taking care of the responsibility, giving our all, to where we're barely mentally and spiritually and physically and emotionally stable to care for ourselves. So I definitely understand the women who don't want to have children or has opted out. I get it. It comes with a lot. And nobody don't tell us that. Nobody don't tell us what comes with motherhood or giving birth to a child or being a single mother. Nobody warns you and say, only have as many children as you can handle on your own. Because he or she can leave you at any time. They could pass away at any time. They can get ill. They can cheat and leave you. They can choose somebody over you. Nobody tells us these things. But what I want to say, or what I am saying, stop blaming the mother, man. It's not cool. It's just not cool. We do everything. We make the world go round. We love on these men, even though majority of them ain't shit. We give advice. We do the best we can. And I'm not talking about the parents or the mothers that egg on or co-sign ignorant behavior. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about them. But I feel like the world has programmed everybody, pretty much, just about everybody, to down the woman. I do. And it's working. And it's getting worse. And not only is women the target, black women are definitely the target. And I hate saying black because I am definitely brown. My hair is black. My eyebrows may be black. I am brown. So brown women are definitely a target. And I know everybody pretty much know it as black, but we're a target. Everybody wants to go against us for everything when we're the main motherfucking ingredient. I don't know. This really gets me emotional. It really makes me feel away. I am a mother. And I know what I do, and I know what I see other women do that be on their game, that handle their responsibility. And what your child decide to do, that's just like a kid that come from the suburbs, wealthy family. You know what I'm saying? They might find or bump into some other kids, and they want to be tough all of a sudden. They want to be hood all of a sudden. They want to come from the ghetto all of a sudden. They want to thug it out all of a sudden when they don't even have to do that. You see what I'm saying? They don't even have to do that. That's their decision once they get out in the world, even though they come from something great. So, bottom line, y'all, stop blaming the mother. Stop blaming parents. People grow up. It's so many examples. It's just like somebody who went through a rough childhood. And you was abandoned or abused. And I feel like I can relate with that type of child or history. And instead of playing victim, once you get a certain age, and it's not even playing victim because you was a victim. So I'm not even going to say that like that. But instead of me continuing to think less of myself or less of my parents, you have to heal, especially if you have children that are coming up under your care. You have to heal. You have to take the responsibility to heal. Basically, everybody grows up and becomes an adult. And I understand there are a lot of unhealed children in adult bodies. But we have got to stop blaming the woman. We got to stop it. So I don't blame the women who disagree with having children. I don't blame the women who's down with 4B. I don't blame the women who still believe in love and want a relationship and want marriage with the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever, however you want to do it. Society got us fucked up. And they keep blaming us when we're the rock. We are everything. We're more than a rib. We're more than what they've taught and teach the people. We're everything beginning and the end, and everything in the middle. Stop blaming mothers, man. It's not cool. Stop blaming mothers. Even if your mother wasn't the perfect example or the perfect adult, and this is to myself as well, grow up and do better. Be the better version. But all these unhealed and manipulative and narcissistic men and women that are running around, that is their decision. If they got their heart broke at some stage in their life and they never recouped from that, and they go around being an asshole and treating people bad, man, 9 times out of 10, that ain't got nothing to do with the parent. And sometimes shit be genetic, and sometimes shit runs in families, because you could sit around a family and be like, you know what, now I see why you the way you are, because everybody over here is like that. But for the most part, everybody grows up and becomes an adult and make their own decisions. And we cannot keep blaming the parents. I couldn't keep blaming my parents. Yes, there are good and bad things that they do that we don't agree with, but once you are of a certain age and you have access to knowledge and education and healing and therapy and counseling and support groups and community and all this other shit, you should take advantage of it. But to everybody else that always want to say, oh, it was the mother. I bet it was a single mother. I bet it was the woman. Stop it. And go heal yourself. Because we the ones that's holding this shit together. We the ones that got everybody's back. We the ones that's nurturing and loving and keeping these kids afloat for the most part. Doing our damnness. And I just hate when I see a video and they want to blame the mother. But they've blamed everything on mother. And they've also taken pretty much everything from mother. So if you know, you know. I've never made a video this long, I don't think. But it has really been on my heart. I was just like, why? 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 Blame it on how hard life is. Blame it on how people can't get a job. Blame it on how people don't want to expand their minds and further their education. Blame it on people not wanting to leave a certain environment and be around certain individuals that they know are not progressing or helping them grow. Blame it on insecurity. Blame it on something that they're lacking. Blame it on a mental issue and they're unstable. But to keep blaming the mother, if anything, you would think that it would be blamed on the parent that wasn't there to give their input, to give their support, to give their, y'all know what we need growing up. If anything, maybe it should be the absent parent, man or woman, because they're not there to give that other half of the balance that is needed. But that's my rant. I feel a little better that I don't release that, but that it really bothers me, man. And I just be like, how? Why? We gotta do better.